You all right, fellas?
All good. How's it?
Yeah. Well, how are you?
Good. We're all good. All good.
Yeah. Enjoying the week.
Yes. Just pretty much buzzing to get away on tour here in the next. When is it? 2 weeks.
2 weeks now. I think so.
Yeah. It's just a waiting game now, you know.
Such is life, right? Everything is always the waiting game, whether it be you're waiting for a release to drop, a single, an album, a tour. It's always the waiting game. But it comes, and then it goes, and then you wait for the next thing, right?
That's true, that's life.
All right, guys. Well, listen, thanks for taking the time to speak with me. It is massively appreciated, particularly when we are at this point of such a busy period in theory, because we are building to a release. We are building to the release this Friday of your new album, No Bliss and Ignorance. Obviously, I've got two of you, so what we'll do, if you both just offer as much input as you feel you need to regarding these questions. We've got a bit at the end that involves both of you no matter what. But for now, I just want to get your mindset about being at this point, a matter of days away from the release of the album. What does it mean to get this out?
Well, it kind of feels like a long time coming, to be honest, because we kind of took our time with this one a bit more than we kind of did with the last one. So it's like a lot of the material we've kind of been sitting on it a while, but at the same time we've sort of changed about things and went back and changed bits that we weren't happy with and stuff. So it's kind of, we're just glad to finally get it out now, you know.
Definitely, yeah. I think it's been a long time coming. Like Adam said, we've been for quite some time now. Over a year now, 2 years maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know. It feels like forever. Just because we're constantly, going back with ideas, changing things, tweaking things, and really just trying to, nail down a sound that we're happy with. So, yeah, excited to get out there.
How far back? What specific song? How far back does the oldest song go, do you think?
The oldest song on the new album? Self-inflicted. I don't know when.
That was 21. No.
Wow.
22. I think it was. Yeah, a couple of years now.
There's like a new mix and stuff of it, so it's kind of like
it's a new feel to it. Hopefully,
refreshes it. Yeah, because listeners, like we've had a fair few tastes of what the album offers. No Sweat, Make No Mistake, Matriarch, and of course Self-Inflicted, and all getting great responses too. Does the positive response to the singles go some ways to kind of ease in your mind as how you think the full album will be received?
Hope so.
I would think so. Yeah. There is some stuff on the album that is a bit different. I think we've tried to make every song as different as possible, without being ridiculous at the same time, But yeah, I'm pretty hopeful to see what everyone thinks of the rest of it, really, to be honest.
Yeah, I definitely feel like it's got a good bit of variety in it. I feel like even just from listening to our singles, so they are quite different in a way, and they are, but they aren't at the same time. Some heavy riffs in there, but for the most part, in terms of like just even like the sort of the way the songs laid out, we've really sort of changed and tried to go a different route with some songs rather than trying to stick to the same sort of formula.
Yeah.
It's variety, but it's still archives. This isn't. We're not jumping all over the shop here.
No, that's true. You'll not get any sort of random country song in the middle.
That'll be the next album.
Yeah.
Hey, you're artists, right? You're always evolving. You're always trying to find new ways to make music interesting for yourself. So if you do end up deciding to do something mad like that, hey, we'll judge it when it comes out. But let's talk vision, if we can. Specifically, the clarity you might have had at the earliest stage of this creation, this record creation. Did you have a clear vision of what you wanted to do, going back?
I think sonically, I don't think there was, to be honest, but like thematically, like in terms of like the lyrics and stuff, I kind of had the idea for the whole concept of the album. I think we would maybe started with one song, but it was already, I think Self-Inflicted was done, but it also tied in with that theme. So like thematically, yes, but I think musically it was we just kind of went really with what we felt like doing with that song on that day, really, rather than it has to sound fully this way,
That's true. Especially from my point of view, playing drums, like I kind of each track you almost take it, in my opinion, as like a new adventure. Like how can I how can I not only push myself but push the band creatively, and what can I do to influence that to make our sound stand out that wee bit more, hopefully, you know.
What did the rough sort of initial creative direction look like? Because of course, like, you know, you're trying things out. You're trying to. You've got your style. You've got your sound. You kind of know what you want to, what an archive song should sound like. But ultimately, you're playing around at the start. You're trying to find that creative direction that kind of narrows it down. Can you remember what it initially looked like, that creative direction?
I guess it was kind of just like a basis of try different things, and it doesn't have to necessarily be in the box of like this is metalcore or whatever you want to call it, you know. Just kind of want to throw in a lot of like, I don't know, like backing track electronic stuff. We'll do it, you know. And yeah, like, there's trap beats on it as well.
I was gonna say scratches and stuff in there as well. So it was really just a way of experimenting and
just having fun.
Like Adam said, trying not to stick to like this formula or like cookie cutter kind of thing. It was just whatever we felt, you know, whatever random noise or whatever idea we had, we were like, let's just try it. You know, we've got time.
Yeah.
Like you say, you had time. Was that on purpose? Did you always go with the mindset that we're going to take our time with this? Like we're 100% going to take as long as is needed to create what we're doing here, or did it just come about that you had that time?
Well, I think, well, with the first one in particular, I think we were just that excited that we're going to do an album. So I think we like rushed the first one in a lot of ways, like definitely more the tail end of the album. So we just wanted to have an album out, right? But I think the second one, it was kind of like, it really was slow. It wasn't like intentionally like, oh, I think we definitely took way longer than we wanted to, but it was just kind of naturally flowed in a more, like we were busy touring and stuff and kind of prioritized doing things like that this time.
I think that was not initially pushed back as well. I think our launch date.
Yeah, got pushed back as well and things like that because we weren't really happy with it at the time. But yeah, it just ended up taking as long as it did, I guess, and here we are now. It's release week.
What do you prefer? Do you think you've not quite got the balance right yet? You know, you say you rushed the latter part of the first album, and this you had a lot more time, but not necessarily always a good thing. Do you think you got the balance right now, or do you want to kind of see what it would be like going forward?
I feel like going forward, I think now we'll definitely know more kind of when to knuckle down and stuff, and I don't know, what do you think about that? Like, but
yeah, I think we can be a bit more organized now because we know how everyone works a bit better. You know, you always kind of learn each other as well as our, you know, instruments, musically, whatever it may be. So we all know how everyone individually works. So I think we're going to use that to our advantage to be like, well, this is how he works and he approaches his writings, and then obviously just kind of blend in that sense where we don't have to take as long, but also that it won't sacrifice the sound or what we're trying to create. So we can get the best of both worlds in a way, you know?
Yeah.
You're always learning. We're all always learning. And the day you stop learning, you might as well hang up your instruments really there. Going back to the creative direction, you talked about experimentation. How wild in the early days was the experimentation within the band? What was the most crazy sort of things you were doing?
I think that actually came with the later part more than anything.
Yeah,
I think the start it was kind of laying the foundations, and then I think as it progressed, we're like, it is starting to get a bit stale and maybe not what we're looking for, and you're not getting that feeling out of it. So I think after, as a collaborative matter, we were like, what can we do to change the formula or to not be sort of so cookie cutter? And that's when we kind of really experimental with it and throwing in really weird sounds, chopping things up, and just even changing the sort of line up of the song. You know, doesn't have to be that typical intro, verse, chorus, whatever it might be, you know?
Yeah.
At what stage roughly did you realize, okay, we've got the workings of a full album here, like we have these amount of tracks, they're coming along good, we might need a couple more?
Probably, I would say probably when we had like 6 songs or something. I think maybe
so, yeah.
It was kind of like, because we had a lot of ideas and stuff that we like weren't finished, so it was kind of like, right, we'll have the basis of an album here, so get the rest figured out now and lay it down, you know.
Was it quite straightforward to kind of trim it down and go, right, these are the tracks you want in the album, this idea is good and all that, but put that to the side?
Yeah, because Stuart, the guitarist, he's a madman for writing riffs. It's crazy how much he'll come up with. So it's more trying to contain his excitement, because he would, like, you know,
he'll be a million miles ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, us to catch up be far ahead of us. So realistically, yeah, he's had the ideas and brings it forward, and then it's all about, like you said, trimming it down to be like, right, these are the sort of chosen 10 or whatever it may be, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Does it stay quite fun when it comes to debates in regards to what's staying and what's not?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I think we're pretty open. We're pretty open-minded about that, though. I think generally.
Except me, sometimes I get butthurt when something gets taken out. But no, I'm like, for the most part, yeah, we can all agree on it. Pretty simple. There's no sort of real heat of anything, you know. And because at the end of the day, as long as we're having fun making music, then that's all that matters, you know.
Everything's interchangeable.
Yeah.
Well put. Is it fair to say, you know, as far as you're concerned, the body of work that is No Bliss and Ignorance is the best of what you got from that period?
I would say so. Yeah, from that period, I think it represents this period in the band, definitely.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, on that then, what does this record say about Archives in 2024? You know, people come to it, listen to it this Friday. What are you hoping they're gonna feel?
I hope in places of it it'll sound like familiar and nostalgic, but at the same time, in other parts of it, I'm hoping it'll sound like, oh, that's a bit different. I haven't heard that done before, kind of thing. You know.
Yeah, I hope it brings something new to them. I hope they're not just like, oh, it's another record of this or that. I hope it is something that stands out to them, because, you know, that's the whole goal, is to get people to continue to listen to us and support us.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. You want people to recognize Archives, come back to it and go, that's the band I've fallen in love with. But oh, look, they're doing fresh things. They are moving forward. You're not stagnating, basically.
That's exactly it.
Absolutely.
Overall, what were some of the more challenging aspects of the entire album creation process? And I'm talking from beginning to literally getting the masters back, the end, the album's ready to go.
Like looking at the finished product, being like, that's it, done, and not like this wee tiny thing here could be a bit more this way, or like just be, like laying it to rest and be like, it's done, you know, rather than like overworking it. I think.
Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, yeah, I think definitely just try not to overdo it, because then that's where you can sometimes spoil it. So.
Are you bombing in there? Are you? Box.
Yeah,
we're doing an interview, but our other guitarist is just walking. You're right and early, so.
Hello. It's not like, yeah.
I know, it's an overtime shift today.
What about some of the more other challenging aspects? So you've named one, and actually that's probably, you know what, that's probably the first time I've ever heard anyone in all these interviews I've been doing over the years and asking this rough question here around the challenges that anyone's ever said, actually walking away from the finished product. Of course, you know, the whole don't, you know, keep playing with it, but the fact that when it's there, you can't do anything else to it, and you might notice things. But what about like in the recording process, that part of it? Was there anything particularly that challenged you as individuals there?
For me, definitely, yeah. Because like I was saying, that, you know, every song's like a new challenge, a new adventure. What can I do that's going to spice it up, but also help the song and not take away from it? Because, you know, rhythm at the end of the day, I'm the drummer, so I'm meant to be the backbeat where you support the song. So trying to find that balance of how can I spice it up creativity, and then also sort of build the song around it and be able to sit in the pocket with it. So just trying to find that balance, but also push boundaries as well, like how I can play and stuff. So I think it was one of my biggest challenges, because there's a few songs in there where hopefully you'll be able to hear them, where you'll be like, right, okay. So some of my hard work paid off, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, right, let's flip this around then. Sticking again with the entire process, but from a more positive angle and regarding things that excited you, things that you found really interesting across the entire creative process, you just simply loved doing.
What about you?
I just like getting up to the studio and just taking that however many hours it takes just to kind of just like unwind and like pick something apart and see what you end up coming out with, whether you're happy with it or not. It's about just having fun and enjoying doing something, creating stuff, you know, I guess. You know,
you think it's fair to say when you reflect on the entire creation process that you had a lot of fun creating this album?
well, definitely,
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely, yeah,
I would say
absolutely,
so.
yeah. I think just even collaborating as a group and, like I said, evolving as a band, you know, getting to know each other, what we like, what we don't like, and things like that. It's always a fun process, because it can sometimes bring the best out of everyone, you know.
Mm. Of course, it's not just creating music these days. You can create music, you can record it, and you can put it out, but there's a lot more to it. And one of the more exciting aspects of archives music is often the videos that go along with your tunes. So let's talk a little bit about videos, because there's a few out there, and they're mighty good stuff. What do you get from video creation?
Like for me, like I come up with a lot of the ideas for the videos and that. And Jack himself like films videos, so like I guess it's just fun to just make something.
It's a bit of storytelling as well about the lyrics.
Yeah.
Sort of like giving a visual representation of what the lyrics are about and things like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm big into having a good location and stuff too. Like we filmed Self-Inflicted in like a disused prison in Belfast. The last one we did was in, like, we filmed in a train. We literally rented a train for it and a railway tunnel. So it's like just about having a fun day out.
Yeah.
Doing something different.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
No, you're okay. You're fine.
Do you find that aspect allows you to be really creative as well? That like there are things that you can get from creating a music video that you maybe don't always get from creating the music.
Definitely.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I feel like me and probably definitely you. I'm a visual guy as well. I love watching music videos. I think, you know, as important the song is, bringing a video to it as well is just, you know, it's a masterpiece. So I think what really helps as well, though, who we work with, Kyle, our video, like, you know, the director and records it for us. He's an amazing person. So we love bouncing ideas off him, and he always just seems to be on the same level and has the same vision as us. So it just makes that process way more fun, you know? It doesn't feel like we're being told what to do, or we have to sort of dictate and tell them what to do, or direct. You know, it's such a smooth journey when it comes to working with him. So
it feels like he's like a sixth member at times, you know? He's been away on tour with us and stuff, taking photos and things like that before, and videos as well. So yeah.
Oh, that's banging. Do you find you've had to limit some of your more imaginative elements that you might have wanted to do in a video, but either because of funds, time, and all of that, you just can't do it?
Thus far, no, to be honest, because I've had a lot of wacky ideas, like the train thing and stuff, and even the prison was like a bit like
it was putting it out there, but
but we've done it every time now, you know, even if it means hiking a drum kit up over a flipping
over the
in the rain over railway tracks and stuff, you know. But yeah,
that's fantastic. So considering there's so much positive vibes around this album in regards to the fact we are on release week and you have got to this stage, and after so much time you are going to finally drop it, when you reflect and look back on the journey to this point, what is your overriding memory?
This whole point, just enjoyment, just laughing, to be honest.
Yeah, a lot of laughs, to be fair.
Jack being hit the stage.
I think it's just an absolute amazing sort of journey to be on, you know, seeing it from start to finish kind of thing, you know, learning to sort of crawl then run kind of feeling, where we started with the basics and then you build upon that. And then like we were saying about the experimentation and stuff like that, just really being sort of wacky and fun with it. So
make some mistakes and learn from them, you know.
Well, that's it, yeah.
Like not starting the tracks before Jack's on stage.
Yeah.
Of course, it's the challenges that aren't done yet. We aren't finished. You know, the record's got to come out, and we've got to get people's ears on this record. You've got to get the name of Archives out there as much as possible. It is one of the most difficult things to do these days across social media and streaming services and all of that stuff. It's a challenge that you face, that challenge that everyone faces. But do you Do you have a plan or an idea of how you can overcome this specific challenge? How you can continue to push the name of Archives and get ears on this record?
You're the mastermind behind it. He's the
Get
man.
ears on it.
I think social media is a big part of it.
Yeah, just all that. And like, to be honest, like I'm a big advocate for, like, if we play a lot, like somebody will wander into one of our gigs, you know, somebody will maybe ask them to go to it. They'll have a beer and they'll be like, "Oh, that was cool," and then, you know, and word of mouth that way. I think, you know, we've definitely had that a lot where when we're playing and stuff, somebody will be like, "Oh, I hadn't even heard of you before tonight," and then the next thing you know, we're seeing them commenting and liking posts and messaging and stuff. So it's just about trying to build a network of people around the UK, I think.
I think that's,
Yeah.
I know it's as much or important social media is. I think that's where we really thrive is in person. You know, like you and Stuart as well, like interacting with like new people and all. It's like you'd almost be like you've known them for ages and stuff like that. So these are real sort of social bubbles in that aspect, and like you really know how to just sort of make someone feel welcome to when we're playing and like wherever we're playing. So it almost makes them feel like they belong somewhere, and then that's where they just connect to the music, and then that's where it kind of snowballs about liking us on Instagram, Facebook, sharing us, all that good stuff.
Yeah, just about having a laugh.
Yeah, it should be, but it's not always the easiest things, because you said yourself, you know how important the social media aspect side of things is, even if it is such a mentally draining experience. Are you able to make that side of things, the social media side of things, fun for yourselves as a band?
Oh, for me, I do, like, 'cause I do a lot of that stuff, and I just like chipping away at something and seeing it working and seeing if it's not working, and it's to me it's just like a daily project, like working, you know, just learning every day how to do that kind of thing, you know. But I do enjoy it generally. I know other people and other bands and stuff don't really like doing stuff like that, but it works for me, you know, because it's kind of helps my, like, sort of, I don't know, like attention side of my brain where I can just be doing something, chipping away at it, you know. So it works.
You are a rare breed. You're a rare breed to say that you like it. Incredible. But it's not just, of course, as well, an album. The album is coming out this Friday, but album release tour starts on June 20th, beginning in Bristol, taking up a ton of UK cities before we return to Ireland on the 12th and 13th of July. I'm going to take it you're pretty excited for this, but sum up in your own words, what's an Archives live show like?
Chaos.
Chaos.
There it is.
Same time, I think.
Yeah. It's an experience. That's what it is. So if you want one, come see us. Especially if you, if it's on some show, like, you know, he's always, if he can, he'll stand on a bar, a table, crowd surf, whatever it may be, get him up there.
Between you and Stuart following your holes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's it.
My
Well, we're professional as well, of course. So I like to think we sound
obviously. My city is London. I'm in the centre of London, so the venue that you are playing at is the Black Heart in Camden. How familiar are you with that venue?
I've been aware of that venue for a while, but I've never actually been in it, to be honest.
All right. I'm just thinking, you know, what you're saying there. It is for your music, and the word chaotic. It is perfect for that. I'm not too sure if you're going to make it to the bar because it's quite a small bar. But if you, there's still plenty of room to go nuts there. It'll be great. It's a great venue, and it's perfect for your brand of noise, basically.
Happy days. That's what we want.
All right, guys, this is Ozzy Osbourne, and in his head are random cards of everything and everything, including many submissions from bands and artists over the years as well. I'm going to pull some at random, and you're going to answer them if you don't mind, please.
Right. Okay, let's do it.
All right, we begin with, as a child, was there a game show, a TV game show you really, really wanted to be on?
Oh, Kessy's Castle.
Oh,
Probably.
yeah.
Oh,
I'd throw a curveball out there and say, Ready, Steady, Cook.
oh, okay. As a child, Ready, Steady, Cook, yeah?
Yeah, that's a ballsy one. Yeah, I would say as well, 100%.
So good.
I can't argue with that, you know. That's the one.
You can't. Oh, on that then, best Takeshi's Castle narrator, and why is it Craig Charles?
Oh, I don't know.
Craig Charles.
Was
Yeah.
Even remember
That's
the
it.
remember when I was a child.
Was it Robot Wars?
Robot Wars?
Yeah, you did Robot Wars as well.
Yeah,
No, that was a
Very
show.
nice.
that was
That
the
was
show.
yeah, that's what we should do for a bit. Robot Wars.
All right then, next one. Who was your first TV or movie crush?
Ah.
Gosh.
Keira Knightley.
I
Is-
think
Straight up.
Was it a specific movie or show that kind of started that crush?
Pirates of the Caribbean. Keira Knightley.
Oh, fair enough.
Straight up.
I was going to go maybe Megan Fox or Transfer. That's too
I
ridiculous.
have to go Zoe Deschanel.
Zoe Deschanel. There
Yeah,
you go.
Zoe Deschanel.
Oh, yeah.
And Yes Man.
Yes.
Oh, that's
There
good
you-
choices, guys. All right, right. What is something you would like to understand better?
Um,
The world. No.
Mandarin.
That's kind of cool, actually. Yeah, I didn't think of that. Language. Oh, I don't even know. What would I like to learn or understand better?
Hmm.
Probably something to do with like art.
Yeah.
Different styles of photography, probably.
That's a very sensible answer.
Yeah.
Have you ever dabbled? Have you ever dabbled and wanted to try to pursue that?
Photography. Yeah.
Mm.
Kind of at the moment, to be fair. Just doing everything as much as I can, portraits, you name it, like videos as well and stuff. So trying to experiment with it and try and progress in there.
Oh, fantastic. Good luck with that. Okay, next one. The dead have risen. Your only weapon is what is around you right now. What are you grabbing to fight off the dead?
Police traffic cone.
Well, not
Hey!
Everybody.
A monster.
For me, probably drumsticks. You can sharpen them up. Easy peasy.
Oh, you sharpen your cymbals and throw them like odd job.
Yeah, you could actually.
All right, guys, if you could live in any city in the world, where would you choose?
Ooh, that's a good one. Like
Has to be Belfast, like now.
Belfast.
I've always fancied sort of Japan. Where in Japan? I don't know. Maybe Kyoto.
Be Australia, yeah.
I've lived there though. Austin, Texas. I'll say that.
Actually, yeah,
That'll be
that's,
cool.
that's a good shout.
These are all places that in the future will be hopefully on your tour calendar. You get to visit them that way. I take it, have you visited Austin, Texas or Japan?
I've always wanted to visit Japan, and me and my wife have talked about possibly traveling there in the future.
I haven't been to
Ah, yeah.
Texas, but I want to. I might go next year, to be honest. I'll book us a tour over there and everybody will fall out with me, bro.
Fantastic. All right, what is something you just find boring, but others tend to love?
Admin. As you find that.
Card games.
Card games?
Yeah. See, like
All
when
card games.
he gets the deck of cards out, that's me. I'm done. Like, I don't have the attention span.
Not even like Cards Against Humanity.
Oh, that's all right. That's, I mean, like card games,
Oh,
card
like
games.
poker,
You know?
kind of, Jack change it.
I loved playing Warhammer 40k, but see when actually building and painting the models,
Yeah.
I couldn't think of anything
2D,
more unfulfilling for me.
That's fair.
Nope, that's the thing, isn't it? We're all different people. What someone loves, another person doesn't. I completely get that. Right, easy one. What's your favourite swear word?
Fuck.
Fuck, yeah.
The classic.
I thought you would have went.
I don't
I don't even
know.
know if you can say this either. Yeah, it's like a
Well, we are. We're an over 18 site advertised as such and so on. You wouldn't be the first to say something sweary.
I would probably go with the bog standard arsehole.
Always sounds better when it's coming with your accent as well.
Right.
Right. What is the one thing you should always take to a festival? outside of obviously tents and stuff like that?
Soap.
Diarrhea tablets.
Soap. Definitely soap.
That's right, that's a good one, actually.
You don't have diarrhea at a festival.
That's true, actually. I'll just go to your typical paracetamol then. A copy your answer, basically.
Couple more, guys. Do you think aliens have ever come to Earth?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's absolutely no way that we're the only
They
one
probably,
there.
they probably took one look at us and turned around and said, nah, fuck that.
I think Cillian Murphy looks like an alien, so
Yeah, when you think of him like Oppenheimer as all gaunt and thin, he's kind of got that grey, old school grey alien look thing going on.
alien.
Your happy place, where is it?
Well, for me, anyway, I call it the Star Place. There's a place just outside Ballymena. I don't know if you'll ever know, but it's just like a wee reservoir. There's a wee grass walk, and it's just unreal. It's class. I love being out in nature.
My happy place. It's bed. Straight up.
Fair enough.
Bed.
Not in the barbershop, no.
Yeah.
Better hope Nigel's not watching that. Do a fire.
My happy place would probably be bombing about a countryside road in my car, listening to music, and just throwing it into some corners.
There you go.
Yes.
Of course, the police.
Of course, always have an under speed limit.
All right. Late nights or early mornings? What kind of what person are you?
Morning.
Early morning, yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Late nights for me.
Well, I like to get up early, but I lay on for probably longer than I should really.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm going to give you one more. Nope, that one is blank, so I need to do that. TikTok, yay or nay?
I'm never off it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some
I
videos on there.
I personally don't have it, which is like
Right.
means we're not on it. But I don't know. I feel too old to be using TikTok.
No,
Like,
my wife would say I use it too much because when she gets home from work, she usually says I have to do homework, which is usually going through the dozens of TikToks I've sent her throughout the day if I'm off.
Have you had the conversation about getting on TikTok though?
I think it's been thrown about. It's been thrown about.
We've seen a lot of bands have had success of getting themselves out there with TikTok, and we haven't talked about it, but we're not sure if any of us want to take on the mantle of
I'm not
being a TikToker.
Nah, you're doing enough as it is.
I'm not doing all the trends and silly dances and stuff for the
I
band.
need to get that up there.
I think we'll stick to Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram for now.
Yeah, there's too many anyway. You just get buried under it. Do you know what you won't be getting buried under? No Bliss and Ignorance, which is out this Friday, the 7th of June, archives. It's an incredible record. Got review going up tomorrow morning, so keep an eye out for that. And yeah, of course, the tour beginning June 20th in Bristol and going throughout June and into July. So make sure you get down to one of those shows. Guys, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to see more content like this, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It is gratefully appreciated. You can find us over at gbhbl.com, our full website where reviews, news and so much more goes up daily. We're also on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, at GBHBL. Just search for GBHBL and you will find us out there. We also have merchandise on sale. You can access the shop via the website.